Hello and welcome to Knowledge by Nature, friends. It has been quite some time since we had a day in the life, and I just wanted to bring you along. I wanted to show you that I'm using a homeschool cart right now, which is something I haven't done in a long time, and I've just made a few little tweaks. And so I thought, you know what? Let's show you, let's bring you along, and I hope you enjoy this video. Before we get started, if this is your first time here, I am a homeschool mom to a first grader. We love all things homeschool and books and sharing our journey with you. And if that's something that you are interested in, I would love if you would click that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up for this video, and if you've already hit that subscribe button, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much, and I am so happy that you keep coming back to see me. So you can see my little cart here, and it's got like some of my own personal items on here, and then I put my homeschool stuff on here. And this is what I have been doing this week. And one of the reasons is because it is so cold right now that we just cannot get outside much. I mean, we have not been above 0 in over a week. Our homeschool room is on the opposite side of the house, and we really don't get a whole lot of sunlight. And as you can see here in the kitchen, I'm getting a lot of sunshine. And so we have been coming and we have been schooling at the kitchen table. And instead of running back and forth, I decided, you know what? I've got this cart, which normally would hold all my planners and such. But for right now, this is the season that I need this for. And so I decided to go ahead and do that. I've also been doing a little bit different planning. So let's look at that. So I have my handy dandy Knowledge by Nature planner from Purple Trail. And so I'm still using this, but I am actually doing a little bit of forward planning that I haven't ever really done before. There's a new aspect of our lives now where I am working a few hours throughout the day, and it's not always a specific time. And so I've needed to somewhat make a new little schedule for us to go by, on top of do some like pre-planning ideas. And so I'm just coming in and I'm writing down some things. And so I've run and I've erased this week because this is what we actually did, but there were some things that I moved over. Like I really intended to do first language lessons here. I didn't get it done on Monday, so I moved it over to Tuesday, and we'll be doing it today too. So some of the things I don't actually need to do because I know we're gonna be doing all about reading. I hope this like sun isn't like really annoying too. I apologize if it is. And so I know that there's going to be like some things that are a constant as far as the math, the reading, and the writing. So I don't always pencil those in, but I have been rotating and writing down our science and our history. And so here we did history yesterday, and we're going to do it again today, I think. We might actually move it over to Thursday, but then Friday is more of an open game school day. And then I just have this little note here where I wanted to be sure and make some Valentines, and we did that earlier this week, so I was able to knock that off. And then I have some time here that I know I'm going to be unavailable and working. And so I have went ahead and penciled that in to where this is going to be some free time for her. And then there's 2 blocks of time on Friday. So there's going to be like a create time. So I'm going to set up some arts and crafts for her to do while I am more unavailable during that time. So I'm here and I am available, but it's really I need this specific amount of time that I need to be able to do things. So on Friday, I've jotted myself a note that I want to do a read aloud, a Valentine read aloud, and that is actually going to be this little Nancy Drew book that I picked up in my book outlet haul. If you haven't seen my book outlet haul, be sure and check that out after this video. It was a good one. So this, I'm going to plan on reading that Friday because, as we know, Valentine's Day is on Sunday. So I wanted to wrap up our major Valentine's books before Valentine's Day. And so this is one thing I've never really done is like pre-planned inside my homeschool planner. And that's something that's really been working well with me. And because I do it in pencil, I can just scoot it over to the next day. And I have done that with spelling this week because it's it takes a back seat to different things. So if dimensions ends up taking longer or reading ends up taking longer, then spelling at this point is going to take a back seat and it's going to move forward to the next day. And speaking of dimensions math, right here, I am going to be doing an updated do a lesson with us. So be on the lookout for that. If you're interested in dimensions math, we already have a do a lesson with us. I'll put that right here. But like I said, I'm doing an updated one because things have changed in this and it has definitely changed for the better. So I want to share that with you because I realize that's something I haven't shared with you. I've just left this on the kitchen table and I just kind of erase and add with pen as we go throughout the day as we've been doing school on the kitchen table. Oh, I forgot to show you this. So this is just like, I just wrote this out in pencil again so that I can change as things come along. But this is just giving me an idea of how I would like our day to run. This is not a schedule that we are adhering by any means, but if we get to a point in the day where I'm like not sure what to do or what I need to do next, this helps. And so I can just kind of look and see like, okay, it's probably a good time or this, or I can look and see like, oh my goodness, we have been schooling all morning. It is time for a break. And so it just reminds me to kind of take care of some of these things, and it just helps our day run smoother. Again, I am not going by this schedule. I am not 11:30 to 12. This is what we're doing. That is not the case whatsoever. This is just a little routine builder where I can be like, okay, 11:30 to 12, let's do one of our big ones. And that keeps us from doing like a big one back to back without a break. And it just, again, helps mom. So that's what I've done, and I just wrote that down, and I have kept that in my planner right here. That way I can just move it through the day, add it to the next week, and keep following it along. And it's in pencil, so I can erase it, tweak it, go from there. Now, you may be curious to know what is in my homeschool cart right now. So what I do is of a morning, I go and I pull out all the things that I am intending to do that day and put it on this cart. Then I do the same thing the next morning. So these right here are my 2 majors. You may have seen on that sheet that I have majors listed. These are my majors. They have to get done. These are getting done every day. So we have our dimensions math and we have all about reading. So I have them over at the side. This is our all about reading and our all about spelling cards. So I have my minors or my looping subjects right over here. And so these are things that I'm not necessarily doing every single day. And there are times where we do not even do them in a week. It just happens sometimes, but that's okay. These are my minor, my loop, rotation things. And then here in the middle, I just have a little pen holder that has colored pencils, scissors, pens, and that way pretty much everything that we're gonna need is right here on this cart. I can roll it in, and then when we're done for the day, roll it out. Again, this is a season right now. This is not something that's going to last forever, but for right now, this is what's working for us because we need more sunshine. And like I said, our room does not allow us to get much sunshine during the day. All right, so looking over here at my looping, I have the Sassafras chapter book with the teacher's manual and the SIDAT log. So I put all of that right here. As you'll see later, I had to end up going and getting the DK book that goes along with it. And so I don't actually keep that in here, but I could if I wanted to. I have our little history book right here, our first language lessons, which by the way, I really like. I really do like this a lot. It is just such a quick, easy curriculum, and I just feel like it really is taking care of what we need for language arts at this point, and I enjoy it so much. And then we have this little notebook right here, and this is where if we need to write or have some copy work with first language, we use it. We use this for Life of Fred. We use this for a multitude of things. This is just like a plain little 5-star notebook. It's like an A5 size, similar to an A5 size. And so it just goes right there. I will do this exact same thing tomorrow, and I will pull all the curriculums that we need. So tomorrow, I won't need this particular book, so it won't be in there, but these will be. I will have spelling in here, and so I will just rotate it out and bring in only what I need. So this is really handy. I like being able to roll it in and out, and like I said, I normally use this for my own personal things, but it's just something I need for the homeschool room right now. So we're going to take you along with our day. You're not going to see us do dimensions math today because, like I said, I'm going to do a solo video on that. So you're going to see a video for dimensions math with us doing a lesson, and then we'll catch back up with you in a little while. So we finished up our chapter in the Sassafras Science Adventures, and we were talking about koalas today. And so I will come over to my teacher's manual, which is right here, the Guide to Zoology, and I can see exactly what I need to look up in my extra work. So 2 of the resources that have like optional reading is the Kingfisher First Encyclopedia of Animals or the DK Encyclopedia of Animals. I have one of those, but let me show you what I use more often than not. So in here I have the Kingfisher Animal Encyclopedia, and we do use this some, and then we also have the World of Animals, which is a really, really pretty one too, and so sometimes we'll pull that, but this right here is probably my favorite one to use and to look up our animals. So let's just happen to see if the koala's in here. Occasionally the animal that we're looking for is not, but I have a feeling the koala will be. I think there's only been like 2 instances of where the animal we were studying was not in here. Perfect. Right here, the koala. So I'm going to take this in here because it's beautiful. If you watched my update on this, you will know that I don't use the SciDat logbook that much, and even since then I'm using it less. So what I will do, rather than go in here and write all of this information down, I'm going to go in here and we're going to go over all of the details that our chapter talked about. So all of this stuff was talked about while we were reading, but I like to go through it again kind of list by list, and I'm also going to ask her to see if she can give me these things. So where we would go and we would look at one of these optional readings, I'm going to instead use my beautiful Anthropology of Intriguing Animals by DK, and we do have a koala on that today, and so what we will do is I'm going to go to that page, and we're going to look at the koala there, and we're going to read that section. And there's not much on it, but just the images that you get, and let me give you a really good image. So you can see it's just so pretty. It's a real photograph, and it's just so beautiful. And I mean, you can just see the amazing detail on the ears and in the mouth. It's just gorgeous. And then they're really telling me pretty much the exact same thing that this kingfisher was. So like I said, it hasn't had every single animal, but on the opportunity where we get to use this, we do. I choose this over the 2 options that I have right here. So now what we will do is we will continue on with finishing up what we need to in here. We will cut this out. I will have her color it, and we will add it to our herbivore. omnivore or carnivore section. So I'll also give you a little peek at that before we finish up. Alright, so as you can see, when she gets to do sassafras and I'm reading aloud, she gets to do whatever she wants. You could see her climbing all over her little boogie board and playing with the dogs. But now when we do math, she sits down and we do math, and we're going to do the same thing with reading. Today, we are actually going to be reading out of our reader, so we won't be using the tiles or the tile board. If we were, we would either go to the classroom to use our tile board, or we would use the app that we have. We have both options. And so we are going to need this, and then we will cuddle in the living room and do some reading. All right, so we are actually on lesson 36. It is not uncommon for us to stop mid-lesson when we've done like quite a bit of reading for the day. And so we had done the activity and she's done the warm-up sheet. And so now we are actually going to be reading the story today. And so I will have her come over and open up her reader and get it to where we need to be. And we will read that, and then that will complete our lesson 36. As we're like in our third year of this reading curriculum, I'm definitely more able to understand at what speed we need to be going and just making sure that we're not doing too much, because a lot of this is really not a one-day process. Most lessons are not one where you are going to do it all from start to finish in one setting and continue to have a happy student. So we're going to read our story today. So we are all finished with lesson 36. So she's going to put her little sticker on there. And since it is Wednesday, I think what I will probably do for the remainder of the week is we are going to reread The Storm in the North just to get a little bit smoother, get a little bit more practice on those OR sounds that we worked on this week. And then next week we will start fresh with a new lesson, because Fridays are game school days. Thursday, which is tomorrow for us, I don't know what day you'll actually get this, but we'll just reread that story again for our reading, and then we will also be doing reading eggs. And so what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and add in that we did all about reading today. And then I will get my pencil, and I'm just going to make myself a note to reread Storm in the North plus reading eggs. So we will do both of those things tomorrow, but we won't actually do a new lesson. And then I have made a note over here. So next we are going to go ahead and go do our first language lessons for today. And I think at this point we're actually going to roll the cart back into the classroom because it's getting quite late in the day now. And so we're actually losing our son here at the table too. So let's go to the classroom. All right, and just like that, we are back in the classroom. So we have used this pretty regularly, and we are on lesson 51. Looks like we've got some story narration today. So let me take a quick look at this, and that's what's awesome about this is I can literally open and go with it. And so today's going to be a little bit different. We have been working on pronouns, which you can actually see over here at the board. So I just had those pulled up because I thought that's what we might be doing today. But I see that we are actually, in fact, going to be doing some story narration. So what I will do is I will read aloud the fable below, have the child tell the story back to you, use the suggested questions at the story's end to prompt the child if necessary. So again, super quick, easy. We're going to be done with this in no time. And so this isn't anything that's ever difficult to get knocked out on a daily basis. What do you think of this? Do you like the lessons that we do in this book?
I do and I don't.
I do and I don't. Okay.
So like this.
So she said not thumbs up, not thumbs down, but I really do like the way that it's teaching. There's just a lot of repetition, and it's just a really solid foundation for making those nouns and pronouns and all of that stuff. So I'm quite the fan. So we're going to get this knocked out for the day, and we're really close to being done with our day. All right, so I'm just going to come in here. All right, so I will just add our first language here. And because we didn't have any copy work, we actually have some more envelopes to address for some Valentines that we made. So we're going to go ahead and do that for our handwriting today. And then I think we're going to call it a day. I think I'm going to move history over to tomorrow. We've done quite a bit. Some of our stuff took a little bit longer than normal. Or it's just lovely being able to come in here, erase this, move it to the next day. And so then I have Thursday pretty much all set out and ready for us. And so like I said, we're going to go address some envelopes to finish up today. And then I will add in our hours. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's been quite some time since we had a day in the life, and I always enjoy sharing that with you. And I really wanted to show you my kind of new pre-planning idea on top of using our little homeschool cart right now. So I'm actually just going to push this over to the side and kind of stand it up there so it's ready to go tomorrow. And I'll just need to move a few things over is all. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!